Welcome. No Ryan. He's missing. Now he just forgot to put my microphone up. So, oh my gosh, it looks like we've been
been
wrestling.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Rough night. Like, I probably need to do a better job of making sure everything's prepared before we hit that live button.
You've been working in here, though, for like an hour and a half getting the live stream ready. What happened?
Longer than that, I've been working in here all day.
Yeah,
I don't know. So, what's up, guys? We are excited to see you. Oh. Minor technical difficulties
Mary
tonight.
says it's a full moon, so that is why I look like I stuck my finger in a light socket. Well, you kind of look funny too. You didn't really do
And
that.
I have had an erection for like 6 hours. Is that why?
Are you kidding?
No, I'm joking.
Why would you say that?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, let me say, yes, it has been one of those days.
Okay. So somebody just, let's say what's up to everybody real quick, and then I got something really crazy to share with everybody. Okay. So what's up, Valerie, Canic Bill, Drew, somebody was, Dustin, what's up, dude? We still got to go to dinner, man.
Dustin, I was actually gonna message him like while I was getting the meatloaf ready. I was like, oh, you need to send a message to Dustin and tell him we got to go.
Well, I sent Dustin a text message the other day, a very special text message. It was just a random picture. And then he responded.
Of your balls?
No, but he responded and he's like, what is this? And I was like, oh, shoot, man. Like, you're sending a text to somebody and then it just
sent it to the wrong person.
Goes to the wrong person. So anyway, it was pretty funny.
I do that quite often, actually, because I drop it in the Messenger app. So.
Yeah. Okay, so there is this dude on social media. You've never seen him before, but I'm sure you guys have. His name's like Detroit something. Okay. But he basically is like a gun instructor, a self-defense instructor.
Who he is. Yeah.
And he's always doing these like crazy maneuvers, right? Yeah. Somebody's got a gun and he's like, boo, I blocked you. Or like one, he said, somebody's about to pull the trigger, so he puts his finger behind the trigger so you can't pull the trigger anymore. And he's like, this is how you stop him from killing you. I'm like, you be dead, dude. All right? I don't know who the hell you are or why you teach this. I highly doubt you make any money.
Yeah.
But he made a comment the other day, Tiffany, that made me so angry. Oh. I was cussing in the gun store the other day. I was
Ryan
livid.
Cussing? No.
You guys will be cussing too when you hear this.
Okay.
So the guy said, he was talking about Chris Kyle. Okay. And he said, this Detroit dude said, I teach a course on situational awareness. And if Chris Kyle, remember, Chris Kyle was bringing soldiers with PTSD and stuff. He was bringing them to the range and hanging out with them and trying to rehabilitate them and stuff.
And his family, yeah.
And then this scumbag dude with PTSD just turned the gun on Chris Kyle and shot and killed him.
And his buddy, too.
So this Detroit guy said if Chris Kyle would have taken my situational awareness course,
kidding me.
This would have never happened.
You are kidding me. He said that.
I didn't think about it until this thing started, or I would have got the clip of him saying it. What I hope the internet destroys him. Yeah. Destroy this guy, because it was like the rudest, most insensitive comment I've ever heard.
Yeah, super insensitive. And this wasn't a typical situation, right? And this guy was a paranoid schizophrenic.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That whole thing just pisses me off every time I watch that movie.
I know.
I actually follow his wife on Facebook.
Oh, yeah?
Chris Kyle's wife, yeah. So I get to see her post, different things. And over Christmas, she posted, the family pictures of her and Chris. And I think it was her daughter, right? They had a daughter together. So anyway, yeah, super.
They had two kids.
Super crazy. Yeah, that is totally an arrogant statement, because if you guys remember, we shared a clip a couple live streams ago, and we were we showed the clip of the person being attacked from another person that was pretending to get into their car, and they just attack them. And we said you know what? There's actually not a lot that you can do. There are some situations that I don't care how good your situational awareness is, okay? And plus, you got to remember, we're not always on.
We're not always on. As much as we think we want to be.
You can't always be on. You know what? there's a part where you just got to say, God protect me. Because we can't always be on, right? When you're driving the little motorcycle, I mean, you're not paying attention. You're out with the kids.
I'm paying attention.
You got the dog on you. You are not paying attention.
I'm ready to pull like a, what is it called? Sons of Anarchy. I'm riding my electric motorcycle, shooting with the other hand.
I wish that you guys could see this man on the mini electric,
I posted videos of it.
He can barely get on there, and then he's got the little schnauzer on the front, sitting on the seat with him.
It's pretty funny.
And he's driving around the neighborhood. Yeah, so you don't have good situational awareness when that's happening. So anyway, somebody said that guy makes my mic is low tonight. Somebody said that guy makes a lot of money. So
how? I guess scamming people.
You know what? Maybe he makes a lot of money because people share his videos saying like, this guy is such an idiot. Share it, and he's getting the views, right?
That dude doesn't make any money. He's a fool, man.
Yeah, Evil Knievel is right. Yeah. So I'm super.
Just keep it closer.
Okay. I hope that you guys can hear me. Her mic sounds the same as if it's through my earbuds. Okay. I'm super excited to have you guys all on tonight. This has been a rough day. I even had to take like an extra 20 minutes and just close my office door and like read my devotional because I was like, just, Mondays. Why do we do this on a Monday?
I don't know.
Like, why don't we do this on a Friday night when we're like pumped and ready for the weekend?
Are weekends any different than a weekday for us?
I don't know. I do feel a little better knowing that I can sleep in that extra hour on Saturday. Okay, better now. Perfect. All right, Will is in from Qatar. He was just here with his family.
Oh, cool.
And he had to fly back.
Bro, how long are they going to keep you there, man?
I don't know, but he goes back and forth like a lot.
He's a drug trafficker.
Maybe.
We finally figured it out.
Okay, yeah. Drew says people watch him because they like his crazy train wrecks. So maybe that's his MO, right?
Maybe
he likes to say stupid stuff because that's what's making him money.
Making him popular just on social media, but you don't have respect of the firearms community. You don't have my respect.
Yeah, but maybe he doesn't care about that. He's banking. He's like, I don't care about it. Somebody said Tiff is drinking. Yes, cheers. Bing! That was how I was convincing myself to get through the Monday Night Live.
Yeah. All right, so we got a crazy story. You know a lot about this, okay? This politician dude that just got killed.
Oh, craziness.
So tell us about the story.
Well, no, you just watched it. I sent you the news article.
Okay, so this dude is a fancy title. Hold on a second. He is the Legislative Affairs Director for the State of Florida Board of Administration. Nobody knows what that means.
He's got a really long last name, Kuczwanski.
Yeah. So he was killed in a shootout that was causing road rage in Tallahassee. Right. Now, what was interesting,
he's the aggressor.
Sounds like he's the aggressor. I thought from this story, like from the headline and stuff, that he was the victim, even though he's killed, but that he was like innocent victim. Definitely doesn't sound like that.
No, he actually rammed the other car. He got into like a little road rage thing, and then they pulled over, and then he rammed the other car.
Crazy.
And then he pulled out a gun, right?
I don't know. The story's too long.
Are you kidding me, Ryan? And then he got shot and killed. So this is another example.
He deserves it.
This is the same. This is really close to that pregnant lady that got shot. Almost the same scenario. He thought he was going to get away with it, thought he was a tough guy, was super pissed off in road rage, hit the other guy, pulled out his gun, and lo and behold, the other guy is a legal Florida concealed carrier, and who
was obviously highly trained.
He pulls out his firearm and exactly. Shoots and kills him. Something so very stupid. I mean, people just gotta chill out. I'm getting kind of sick and tired of seeing like these people that just lose it over the littlest thing.
Okay, so this brings us to the big story that happened this week.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Student comes to our concealed carry class on Saturday, I believe it was. And, I always walk up to the door. I like shake people's hands and stuff. When I walked up to her, she's like our age, so like mid-30s woman. I walked up, I shook her hand, and I was like, man, there's something about her face that seems like off, right? So she had a big like cut right here.
Oh, okay.
And but I couldn't tell if it was a cut. Maybe it was like a birthmark or something.
Or sometimes you're kind of like sleep the wrong way type of thing. Like,
no, it was more than that.
Okay.
But I saw it and I was like, okay, whatever. So I'm asking everybody, why they want to carry a gun.
Right.
Finally get to this woman. And she said, I had something really horrible happen last Tuesday.
Man.
So this is 4 or 5 days prior.
Yeah.
She said that her mom owns a duplex. Okay. Mom owns a duplex. The tenant in the duplex was going out of town, but she's like good friends with the mom. And she said, hey, you know, would you mind while I'm out of town going and like letting my dog out to go pee, giving him water and food and stuff? So she's like, sure, no problem. So the daughter said, Mom, I'll do it for you.
Sure.
Just being a good daughter, taking care of the tenant and helping the mom, right? So for this last 2 weeks or week or whatever, the daughter has been going over to this duplex, unlocking the door of the tenant she's allowed to be at, taking care of the dog, and then leaving. And she's been doing that twice a day. What she didn't know is the other tenant, right, has been watching this woman's activities on a Ring doorbell. And this girl thinks that the daughter is sleeping with her boyfriend, and that's why she keeps coming over twice a day. I guess there's been like a history of cheating and stuff like that.
How long? Like, I mean, she's just there to feed the dog.
It doesn't take long to get stuff and make it happen.
This is a massive quickie, I would say.
Massive quickie, but what I find interesting is she's not going into your door. So, like, you understand it's a duplex. You can watch on the camera that she's walking into the other door.
Okay.
So why would you think she's
Just
cheating?
super paranoid, yeah.
Whatever. So one day, on Tuesday, she's there, she's taking care of the dog, and she's getting ready to leave. Right when she walks out, this girlfriend steps from around the corner with a big knife and just sticks it right into her side. So she falls onto the ground, and this bad lady just repeatedly starts stabbing her right in the gut. Did I tell you this story yet?
No.
Yeah, starts stabbing her in the gut. Her other friend was standing around the other side. She runs over, and she starts just punching her, beating the crap out of her. So 2 bad people attacking this innocent girl now, right?
Wow.
So then, right as the bad lady is standing up, she takes a knife and she just slashes like this, and it basically cut from like right here all the way to the tip of the eye. Like, Tiff, it was so, like, you know how like a fresh wound, how it's like bubbling over still and you can see the stitches? It was insane. Wow. The chick got arrested, which is great. So she's going to go to, and I asked, you know, what did she get charged with? She got charged with attempted murder, I think.
Attempted murder.
And
I
like
guess
aggravated,
in the gut.
aggravated battery with a deadly weapon or something. So these are big charges.
And this is in Tampa?
I actually didn't ask where, but she took the branding class, so I assume she lives somewhere
around the area. Yeah. Whoa, crazy.
Crazy. So what I found fascinating about this is, you know, she said, my husband has been carrying a gun concealed for like 10 years. Oh. He's been telling her, you need to carry a gun.
You gotta get it.
And she said to me, you know, I've carried a gun illegally, periodically.
Okay.
She said, but
she was going to a bad area or something like that.
When she thought she was going to need it, right? But then I said, why didn't you do this sooner? Like, you have all these people in your life. Your mom carries, your husband carries. And she said, I just didn't need it. Yeah. I didn't need a gun.
That's the point.
And
you don't need it until you need it.
Until
it's like
somebody is stabbing you.
Right? Like, I want to cancel my car insurance. I am sick and tired of paying car insurance because Ryan keeps on getting tickets or in accidents, and our car insurance is really, really high. So I want to cancel it. But again, because I'm like, I don't need it. You don't need it until you need it.
Yeah, there you go.
So, craziness. Wow, that seems... Okay, society seems to be getting crazier and crazier. George, yes, you are...
Hit the nail on the head, buddy.
You are so right. Now, I used to think, okay, that it was just because we don't have, you know, the media to share these things. So I'm thinking like, you know, in the 80s and 90s, maybe there was this much crime and craziness, but we just didn't hear about it. But I believe now, I truly believe, that everything is crazier. That people, the number one issue that is happening is people have just lost respect for human life. So they just don't think, you see somebody going into the, you're going to kill them over that? This other guy in Tallahassee, somebody, you know, is brake checking you and you think you're going to kill them over that?
Sure.
I mean, who thinks like that?
It makes you reevaluate, like, you know, flipping somebody off.
Totally does.
Not letting somebody merge.
It totally
or
does.
Actually, an incident that almost went down today, I honestly, in my head was like, I'm going to end up having to kill this guy. Happened today to me. is I go for a walk.
I had a rough day, so I'm thankful you didn't share this with me today because...
Yeah, so they're building a new subdivision by our subdivision, so they like have all these construction machines like knocking down trees and stuff. And I had to go, I went for a walk to kind of exercise today, and I took the kids. So the kids are on their motorcycles like doing their thing, and they're driving, and this car just pulled like right in front of Paisley. To the point where I was like, oh shit, like you're going to hit my kid because you just pulled right in front of her. And they pulled into this construction site. Now listen, as much as I tell you guys to be calm and whatever, I'm an aggressive person.
You are a very aggressive person.
I'm going to say what I want to say.
That is why God gave you a very meek wife.
Yeah, so
well, I don't know if I
this car, like as I'm walking up now to the site, because I'm thinking, mother effer, you park there. I got some strong words for you when I get close enough to you.
Right.
Now, thankfully, this car, they were doing something illegal because they drove, number one, cars aren't supposed to drive back there. It's very hard to drive, right? But they drove all the way to the back and they're doing drugs or whatever back there. But man, I thought I'm going to go up there and say, you dumb mother effer, you almost hit my kid.
Right.
This guy's going to pull out a gun and I'm going to have to smoke him in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And I just saw the whole like scenario flashing in my brain. And I was like, all over, you just almost hitting my kid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Something stupid.
Totally something stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. Joseph just asked a question. He said, side note, I don't know why, but every time I go to purchase a firearm, it takes like 2 hours to clear. Why is that? By the way, I have a CCW. My local firearm dealer said to get a UPIN. What do you think about that? Okay, I will tell you this.
That's what I'm pulling up in my phone right now, by the way.
Ryan has the same problem. Like every time you go, right?
Actually, just the gun that I bought last week only is the first time like in years. 5 minutes, I was approved.
So the deal usually is that there is somebody like Ryan. He has a guy that has the same.
There's
name,
a guy in Apollo Beach who has
the same middle
date
name
of birth
or same date of birth, and he has a G for a middle initial.
No, it's Grover too. It's the same. It's the same name.
Gosh.
Yeah.
And he has DUIs and like I think he's like I don't know crazy stuff. So anyway. What it is more than likely there's somebody with your same name. So a UPIN will help. It's super easy. It's free. The only
so there's a phone number that I'll give you right now. It is 877-324-6427. That's the FBI field office. You contact them, request a UPIN packet. They'll send it to you. You got to get fingerprinted, get a photograph, send it in. And then they'll basically give you this UPIN, which is called a unique personal identification number. Yeah. So then every time you go to buy a gun, you always put your social security number and always put the UPIN on, and then this will never happen again.
This is everything I was trying to explain before Ryan bulldozed me.
Mm-hmm. Aggressive, remember?
Explained all of this. So anyway, we had several people at the gun store that had to get a UPIN, and once
we had a general.
Once they got it, it was very fast because it's just like a secondary social security number that tells them when they run it, like, hey, I'm this guy, not this guy. So they're able to approve it faster. So, I mean, it's free. Besides, you got to go get fingerprinted, which is free. It's not that big of a deal. And then get a passport photo done at any Walgreens. So super easy. And not a big deal to do. Just a little bit of a pain in the butt.
Yep.
Okay. I have to wait overnight when I purchase. Oh, Joe, that's because you're a permanent resident. So they have to verify citizenship. I'm the same way too. Yeah. So that takes a little longer because they have to actually send it to another department and that department has to clear it. So
you'd think in the age of 2022 where we are like literally building spaceships to send people to another planet.
But I don't think that that's their main concern. Like, you know what? We have to make sure that people can get their gun and get out within 5 minutes. That's not their main concern.
Because they're not entrepreneurs.
They don't care.
An entrepreneur would be like, how do we speed this up?
They don't make money from it. They don't lose money from it. They don't care. Yeah. So, I mean, they're not going to make it any faster. So anyway, people need Jesus. Yes, 100% agree. I feel like that's a massive
Jesus has always done a great job with our landscaping and lawn.
Ryan! Oh my gosh, you're such a jerk. So, 100% agree. I think that that gives people morals and agree 100%.
That was a good joke, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 1 comes from Frank. The show last night, or last week, Ryan talked about using a firearm in home defense, said one of the criteria is that the person has to forcibly enter. Does that mean if my front door is unlocked and they open the door and enter, I cannot use my firearm? So, Frank, that's a great question. I talk about it pretty in depth inside my book, Florida Shoot or Don't Shoot. So, the 3 requirements to use a firearm in home defense, use deadly force in home defense, I should say,
deadly force.
Is the bad guy has to enter the home unlawfully, which means they don't have a legal right, you didn't invite them, something like that. Number 2, they have to enter the home by force. So, by force could mean breaking a window, picking a lock, kicking down a door. But that would also mean a door that is shut but unlocked. And the only reason we know that that is considered by force is because it happened. The homeowner shot and killed that perpetrator, and then it went to court. And the judge said, this is, there's a big challenge, right? The defense is saying opening an unlocked door is force. Prosecutor said, no, it's not. So then the judge had to make a decision, and that's called case history. And he said, this is considered by force. So I was sharing that story on Saturday with a group of people. And they said, well, what if there's a screen door? Door's open, but there's a screen.
Wow.
We don't know.
Yeah, there's no case history
There's no case history.
There's a lot, because anytime you're dealing with the law, there's always gray areas. And then that's when you look at case history, right? And if there's no case history,
then it's a roll of the dice.
It's like roll of the dice. You would be the first one. Yeah.
And the first person is, that's going to be tough, man. Because, I don't know if this is the way it works, but this is just my mind. I think if you had a judge in Polk County, which is very conservative, pro-gun, pro-self-defense, I think it would definitely go that would be considered force. I think if this happened in St. Pete, very liberal, very anti-gun, us being able to defend ourselves, I think it would be very bad against that person.
It would depend on where it happened. Yeah. Definitely.
So hopefully I'd answer your question. So
that's the answer. Okay, somebody said, since when does your do free fingerprinting? Okay, if you're a Hillsborough County resident, you can get ink fingerprints done for free.
Yep.
So if you're not a Hillsborough County resident, they charge $5, but it's just electronic fingerprints that cost more, but who cares? Mail in the ink fingerprints with your UPIN. What?
So Marcel says, I got to ask, were your parents a big Sesame Street fan? I don't know.
Why is he saying that?
I don't know.
Oh, is it because of my hair or something? No, but I watched Sesame Street when I was a kid. You know what? Has anybody seen on here Tom Cigars? Because I haven't
seen him in a while either.
I haven't seen him.
He must have got wrapped up in some type of...
sent him an email, and I haven't heard back from him.
Oh, really?
I was just wondering if anybody's seen him. Hey, what's up, Florida Sheepdog?
Okay.
Yeah, I was missing him.
Okay, so I got a really crazy video. You ready for this?
Go for it.
We got to listen to it, though.
Okay. I feel like...
So this lady is, like, threatening just a general threat to people.
She's very dangerous. It's a gift from my husband to me. And this is Barbara. Don't mess with her.
Oh, no, she didn't.
It gets
Barbara
worse.
Take your life. And don't mess with me.
Oh, no.
But you and I'm legal to fucking kill. And I will not spare you. Lots of love from me and Baba to your silly ass. Don't mess with.
Okay. What I find interesting about that, she's in the passenger seat, right? So that means she is like literally pointing that gun at whoever is driving.
Clearly she's not worried about pointing the gun at somebody. She's putting it in her freaking mouth.
What a dumbass, right? Tom Cigars is on here. Did you see him?
No. Oh,
Yeah.
Tom Cigars.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Where have you been, or have I just not seen your messages? Answer me, because I also sent you an email this week. I don't know if you got it or not. I searched in my Gmail, Tom Cigar.
Did you?
And then like Tom from Cigar City at Gmail or something popped up. I'm like, I hope that's him.
Yeah.
So was that you that I emailed, number one? And number two, have you been missing? Because I've been thinking about you like the last 3 weeks. Like, you got to email Tom Cigars. You haven't seen him on the live stream. So answer me, Tom.
Yeah, I think that. So what do you think about that video? Pretty crazy, right?
I didn't hear what she was saying. Like, she was just being
It was
like,
just like, yeah, it's that kind of thing. Like, you're going to have problems. I'll show you my problems, that kind of thing. Just typical, like, moron that just bought a gun and now thinks she's Billy Badass.
Yeah, exactly, Eddie. Finger on the trigger. I mean, I did look and I saw that the cylinder, not obviously saying that it's okay in any way, but
yeah,
she's thinking, oh, the gun's unloaded, so I can, do this stupid stuff. But said every person that ever shot themselves.
Exactly.
I thought the gun was unloaded.
Yeah.
Like, just the stupidest thing ever. And I don't care who you are. You never do that. You never do that with a firearm, loaded or unloaded. Mm-hmm. Like, you just give gun owners a bad name.
Yeah.
You are someone, I don't like.
Who deserves what you get one day. So when you blast yourself.
I don't like to say you don't deserve, to have a firearm, but you don't deserve to have a firearm.
You might not be smart enough for this.
Yeah, you're not smart enough.
Exactly. And that's just it, right? I mean, there's a whole segment of the population that is not smart enough to have children or to have a gun.
Yeah.
What did you just tell me? Like you said, Tiffany's like, we need to adopt. We keep going back and forth, right? We need to adopt these kids because what was the story you just found out?
Well, there's just a whole bunch of stories, but like when you search a story, right, on this news app that I'm using, which is whatever, it's on Apple. It just came when I rebooted my phone. But anyway, when you search,
because that's relevant to the story.
Because it's kind of like a CNN kind of thing, but whatever. So when you search a story, it shows you like a whole bunch, and I just could not believe it how many people were killing their kids, were locking their kids up.
You said some mother hogtied her baby or something?
A foster mom hogtied the little boy who was a toddler, so 3-4 years old, and then the little baby girl who was only 9 months old, she had like a sheet of plywood on top of a playpen, and the kid had been in there, they said, for days, dirty diaper.
Oh my God.
Feces everywhere. And I was just like, my heart was breaking, and
So you're not allowed to do that.
So I scrolled down. Well, because a lot of times I'm like, I'm yelling at the kids, clean their room, get inside, you look homeless, go take a bath. And Jackson's like, I haven't bathed for 2 weeks. So I'm like thinking, we can't possibly adopt because we are just crazy. But then I see stories like this and I'm like, Tiff, you're nuts. Adopt kids because there's kids out there being killed by their parents, abused by their parents. And even if you're a little crazy sometimes, you're still better.
We are the crazy redneck family in the neighborhood. That is definitely for sure.
Ryan decided the other day that he was going to pull. They were not going to tell me about this because
we can never.
Mom will say no. Mom's a Karen. Now they started calling me a Karen. So now I'm a
So here's what we did.
Karen.
We have our golf cart and we also have this big like tough wagon or whatever, these big wheels.
It's a gorilla wagon.
Okay.
So it's made, hard.
So I took an extension cord and I tied it to the gorilla wagon. And I said, kids, get into the wagon. And then I wrapped the other end around the golf cart and I pulled them down the street at like 30 miles an hour. Now, they were all wearing helmets, so it's cool. It's safe. I'll post a video next week for you guys to see, but neighbors were driving by, a group of neighbors that were like standing on the corner, and I was like, nothing to see here.
Now, the kids had a lot of fun, but they're right. When they came back and told me what they did, I was like, why didn't you stop Dad? And Dad just walks by like, quick, get out of Tiff's wrath. But I'm like, why are you doing this? Like,
because what did
I ask? Were they wearing their helmets?
They don't remember a family outing going to Applebee's. They don't remember that. They remember 30 years from now, the time Dad pulled them down the massive hill on Valrico Road, or not Valrico, down St. Cloud Road, pulled them down the massive hill at 35 miles an hour on a tough wagon.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, Ryan. I just don't know what to say. All right, So Mark says that he's loving constitutional carry in Texas, been carrying for 4 months, but still getting used to carrying one in the chamber. And advice. Well, my advice is that you start slow, but, you start carrying one in the chamber while you're at home, right? But if you're nervous to carry one in the chamber, that tells me that you probably... It's
a lack of training with firearms.
You probably are not feeling confident with your training in firearms. So I would say, you can do... You know what? Why don't you go to 21daydryfirechallenge.com? Do you have that?
Boom.
Okay. Go check out this page, okay, Mark? 21daydryfirechallenge.com. If you do this course, it's $59. It comes with a kit. You get the workbook. You'll get the dummy rounds. If you do this course and you actually do the drills that Ryan tells you in there, and you actually go on the 21-day dry fire private Facebook group, I can guarantee you right now that after you're finished this
you will not be concerned about carrying a gun anymore.
You will have no problem carrying one in the chamber. So for $59, that is well worth it, because that's what you need. You need that additional confidence, that additional training, that additional dry fire training that gets you used to doing that.
Here's what's interesting. So on Saturday, I was shooting with Ryan and Liz, which are two of our students that drive from Orlando to come shooting with me like 8 times so far.
Oh, yeah. Great couple.
Great couple. But
I'm excited. I hope that they go out to eat with us.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
Ryan asked that question. So he said, I've got my holster now. He's got his gun. And he said, I've been carrying around the house unloaded. But he said, I'm afraid to put around in the chamber. And I said, what are you afraid of? And he said, I'm afraid of shooting my penis.
Yeah.
So I said, the reason you're afraid of that is because you don't understand yet how to pull the gun out of the holster or put the gun into the holster. So I just did a quick demonstration while we were there in the range. And he was like, oh, that makes perfect sense now.
Yeah. It will make you feel more comfortable for sure. And then you'll even learn things like how to carry in the car and stuff like that, how to draw your weapon from, because a lot of people think that they got to take their gun out and put it in like the center console or something. So Ryan will cover how to draw from, with your seatbelt on and everything. Thank you so much, Joe. We appreciate that just because you're awesome. Thanks, man. We appreciate you. So I definitely say, dry fire in 14 days. Oh, Jay. So Jay Chambers is in the 21-day dry fire group. So if you do
just expect smart-ass comments.
Go on the Facebook page and just scroll down or search Jay Chambers' name. Have a good laugh.
Yeah, he's got some pretty funny stuff.
That's all I'm saying.
All right, so lots of questions on here about constitutional carry in Florida. Listen, Tiff sent me articles. Lots of people sent me articles, and they're like, it sounds like it's happening.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So constitutional carry in Florida hasn't even made it out of the first committee it was suggested in. Again, this is a very long process.
But I don't think people know also that it's been submitted
every year for like 7 years.
Yeah.
And every year for 7 years, it never makes it out of the first committee. Now, basically, it's got 1, 2, 3,
Well, explain what it has to do.
So basically, it has to get suggested in a committee in either the House or the Senate. So let's say it started in the House in committee. The committee has to have hearings. They have to vote on it. It has to pass. Then it has to go to the chamber. So now the House has to have committees, hearings, vote on it, and it has to pass. Mm-hmm. Then it has to go to committee in the Senate. They have to have hearings, vote on it, pass. Then it has to go to the chamber of the Senate. Hearings, vote on it, pass. Then the Senate and the House have to have hearings, vote on it, and pass. Then it has to go to the governor's desk. So, somebody stopped me at the gun range the other day, and they were like, constitutional carry, it's happening. It's sitting on the governor's desk. He just has to sign it. And I was like, yeah, no, none of that is accurate.
Yeah,
bro.
it hasn't been voted on.
We're not even close to it being there. Right. So, it's gone nowhere. It's always gone nowhere. Will it pass eventually? Probably. But until it starts making its way out of committees, it's not happening.
Right.
So,
yeah, I agree as far
which is good. Like right now, what you guys have to remember is there are every single year, there are about 50 new anti-gun laws that are proposed in the state of Florida. About 50.
Yeah.
And there's about 7 pro-gun laws that are proposed every year.
Yeah.
Now, thank God, it's such a gridlock, right, that most of the anti-gun bills never get through, and none of the pro-gun bills ever get through. So, frankly, I would rather have that.
Right, where at least the anti-gun ones aren't going through.
Aren't getting through, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I had a question. There was a question on here. Okay, this is the question I have about the shooting the wiener thing. This is a serious question, okay? People are worried about shooting their wiener. How big is your wiener? Because
you want me to pull it out?
No, I know how big your wiener is, but your gun is like this. Your deep concealed holster is here. I'm sorry, but your wiener is not over here, like this, over here.
Unless you've taken a Viagra and you're fully erect at Publix.
Your wiener's here and your gun is here. No.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, because I always just wondered about that. When guys are like, I'm going to shoot off my junk. I'm like, how big is your junk exactly? Right? Because I'm intrigued by this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so Tom Cigar says, I'm Asian, so not something he has to worry about. You know, you've never seen the movies.
Tom, I missed you.
But you remember in Hangover, right? Do you remember Hangover?
No, because this is the thing, Ryan. I don't
watch
watch those stupid shows.
So that one Asian guy is in the movie, right? The Asian doctor or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's this scene where they're in like Thailand or whatever, and there's like this little tiny mushroom. It's like the size of here, like sticking up out of this blanket. And they're like, what the hell is that? And I think one of the guys comes up and like goes to lick it, and then they realize it's that Asian dude's penis.
Goodness gracious.
But it was so tiny, it was like hilarious.
Who just licks a mushroom? Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, Dustin, thanks, man. We appreciate you, buddy.
Always. You know what? Just a quick thank you, okay? Because sometimes we miss seeing when you guys give to us and stuff. So I just want to say thank you to all of you who do give, because you guys have no idea. It helps. So it helps tremendously, Ryan and I, to do this.
And it's encouragement, frankly.
Yes, to do this channel, to do other videos, to help share things. Like I was saying the other day, you know, when you guys buy books from us and you guys buy our 21-day dry fire challenge and stuff, you know, Ryan and I don't just hoard all that money, right? We reinvest it into educating the public about firearms, firearm safety, Second Amendment. So you are helping the Second Amendment. And now we're coming out with like a free family kids course that we're going to offer to people where they can, you know, teach their kids and stuff so that there's less of these accidents in the news. So I just want to say thank you so much for giving. Ryan and I are very, very thankful for that. And you can kind of give yourself a pat on the shoulder because you really are helping the Second Amendment and keeping it safe, keeping people informed. We're able to share the laws and stuff like that, help people have the proper mindset so that they're not out there shooting people, pulling out their gun in road rage. You know, we're telling them, no, you're not allowed to do that. No, don't do that. So thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Like my student who said he was going to shoot somebody because they stole his Gucci flip-flops. And I was like,
how old is this person that has Gucci flip-flops?
Probably like 9. I guess he was older than 21, I guess. So he's like 21, 22.
You know what we need to do? We need to have Tampa Carry Gun Channel, but then we also have like Tampa Carry What to Do with Your Money channel.
Yeah. Financial advice channel.
Yeah. Our kids just started investing. So they're like super, super excited, right? They're like, Jax wakes up and Jax is 8 and he wakes up on Saturday morning, Sunday morning. He's like, Mom, what jobs can I do to get money to invest?
Yeah.
And then Paisley's like,
because I was showing them compounding interest and how when they're 50 years old, if they invest a certain amount of money every year, by the time they're 50, they'll have like $6 million or whatever the number is. And they're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And you know, I believe it was
Time's on your side if you start investing.
Albert Einstein.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Steve Kelly. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
So that's very nice.
Albert Einstein says compounding interest is the 8th wonder of the world.
Yeah.
I don't remember the whole quote. Joe Yeager knows it on here, but it's like, you know, those, I don't know, those who miss it just don't understand.
You know what I want to do? Thank you very much, Steve. We appreciate you. I'm happy that you guys yes. Yes, wine helps me cope with Ryan, 100%. And the nights that I drink wine, I don't always drink wine. Sometimes I'll drink coffee. But the nights that I drink wine, it's because I'm feeling a little like tired. I've been up since 4 or 5 in the morning and I'm exhausted. So I drink wine so I'm not
Here's
so
this
bored.
quote from Albert Einstein. He says, he who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays for it.
Ooh, yeah. The compounding interest.
Yeah, it's a powerful thing, man.
Nobody told me, so I'm starting late.
I didn't know. Yeah. But
I have a question for you guys that I want everybody to answer. What are the things that people need to know that they don't get taught about? So compounding interest is definitely one of them. But what else out there?
How to be married.
How to be married.
How to have kids. Those are the 3 big things.
That is a big thing.
I was explaining,
Well, I can tell you how to have kids, Ryan.
No, not how to have kids. How to, like, raise kids. Paisley was doing her homework the other day, and she's like, Dad, do you know how to do this? And I said, no, I don't know how to do it. Do you know why I don't know how to do it? Because none of this matters, Paisley. Mm-hmm. Like, never once in my life have I been like, oh, I need to graph this solution on graph paper.
Right.
Like, come on, man. They're teaching you, I said, Paisley, I gave her a big, long speech. I said, they're teaching you how to be a slave. They're trying to manipulate your mind, and they're teaching you crap that doesn't matter. I said, what you really need to learn is the conversations that me and Mom have about business, about ideas, and it's about having an idea and not being afraid to go for it.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to lose. You just go for it. So anyway, that's the stuff people need to know.
Yeah.
They need the encouragement. I was listening, it's a Tony Robbins quote, but he says, if people only understood the massive power that was already inside of them, they would just do whatever they think about doing. Like so many people have these ideas, life-changing, world-changing ideas of things that they want to try and do, but in their own mind, they're like, oh, I can't do it because of this. I can't do it because of that. Tiffany today, I won't say the thing. I won't say it, but we have an idea right now, and Tiffany's like, Ryan, it's unattainable. How are we going to do it? And I said...
I didn't say it was unattainable. I said it seems unattainable. Have you guys ever... Didn't you feel that way when you were dating me?
Okay, so it's such a big thing. It's so big that she said, it just seems like, how could we ever do that? Yeah. And then I said, we're going to do it exactly like this. And then all of a sudden, like, how did that light bulb go off in your brain? And then she was like, we can actually do this. Yeah. And I said, exactly. Yeah. So it was just that little shift in the mindset that made her feel like we could never do this as a couple to, oh my gosh, we could actually do this like right now. We have everything to do it now.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So somebody said how to balance a checkbook. And you know what I thought when you said that?
True.
You would not believe how many people will contact me and they don't know how to mail a letter.
Yeah, I had to make a YouTube video to show our students how to mail their fingerprint card.
Yeah, because they don't know that you
put a stamp.
Name and address. Yeah, but they also don't know that your name and address goes up on the upper left-hand corner.
Yeah.
And they don't know about the stamp, so they don't know how to do that. And then also Ryan had to make a YouTube video about writing a personal check.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them didn't know what the pay to order is and to write it out. And I was thinking, wow, I understand that there's, different ways to do that. Now there's a lot of payment online and stuff like that. But these are things that we still need to learn. Mm-hmm. Just like cursive. I don't think that cursive should go away. I think you should still know
so here's
how to write cursive. Thank you so much, Dan.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dan. One of the, you guys don't know this about me, but I buy
no one writes cursive anymore.
Yeah, I know. I buy a lot of courses and I'm like really into developing and learning, right? Because one of the, it's crazy, right? Like they say your income will rarely exceed your level of personal development. So if I want my income to increase, that means my personal development has to increase. So I'm all in, man. You got a course that's going to help teach me something? I'm freaking in.
I told him yesterday that if another book gets delivered to my door, I'm like going to delete him from my Amazon account.
Okay, so one of my favorite memberships that I subscribe to right now is called Impact Theory University. I don't pay much, but it's powerful. Hey, thanks, Orlando. So one of the things that the founder talks about is, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. And he says a fixed mindset person, it's set. They believe this is who I am and I can never grow. I can never get better. I can never change. I can never learn anything new. Whereas a growth mindset says, if you are able to do it, Jeff Bezos, then I can do it. Mm-hmm. If Warren Buffett is able to do it, then I can do it. If Ryan and Tiffany can build this business, then Joe Yeager can do it. Yeah. There's nothing different between me and Tiff and Joe Yeager, except time.
Right.
So if you just invest the time and the energy, we can
learning and growing and
we can literally do anything. And that's just what's so crazy.
Knowledge is strength. Yeah. So Dustin said they don't teach the cursive, so you can't read the Constitution.
Yeah. Oh, hey, true, right?
Yes, Orlando, I received your email and I responded the same day. Maybe it went to spam. Check the spam. I gave you a link. Just put the Florida Concealed Carry. There's the URL. You just go to floridashootdon'tshoot.com to get the book. Okay, so what's a check? Somebody said I haven't wrote a check in 10 years. You know what? I get it. I haven't wrote a check, but the bottom line is you know how to write a check.
I do. I actually write checks. Checks, people don't always understand this. I don't buy stuff in cash that's big. So when we buy guns from people, when we own the gun store, I'd always buy a check because a check is a mini contract, right?
Right, you can see it.
If you have cash, there's no proof that transaction occurred. But if you use a check, it's very powerful. And that's why it's important to understand how to fill out that note section of the check. Because
so
again, not everyone knows
Tom,
that.
yes, I do have a suggestion. We did some schooling for gunsmithing too. Ryan did back in the day. So Ryan is also like a gunsmith. He's done it all. In fact, I don't even think people know that you had your own manufacturer's license. And
we were manufacturing guns. Like I've built
hundreds of guns.
I built tons of short barrel rifles, short barrel shotguns. We built a badass like short barrel Sega 12 gauge, which was a disaster to get it to work.
Yeah,
I remember the first time I shot it, I was like, this is
because
that was scary.
It was like a 12-inch barrel on a shotgun.
Yeah, we built.
I mean, who does that?
No, it was an 8-inch barrel.
Oh, 8-inch barrel on a shotgun.
It was crazy.
Who does that? But anyway, a lot of you don't know that about Ryan, that he actually, so he's got his full, gunsmithing and manufacturing.
Like AKs from the ground up.
Yeah, totally built, everything. So anyway, so he said that he's done the gunsmithing school online, but he's not sure he's comfortable enough to work on other people's guns. Any suggestions? Yes. Start with your own gun. Start with
who
neighbor's
is this?
gun.
What's the person's question?
Tom.
Tom.
So start.
Tom Cigars?
No, somebody else.
Okay.
Just stop. Start small, right? Start just getting some under your belt. That way you can feel comfortable. And you are going to make mistakes.
Oh, yeah. You're going to screw up guns.
Learn from those mistakes and buy yourself a Birchwood Casey gloss and matte touch-up pen.
Yeah, and and here's the mistake that I made with gunsmithing is that if you the people that are the most successful in the world are people that hyper focus. So we're watching this documentary right now about Domino's Pizza, and in the beginning of Domino's, it was called Dominic's, and they were selling like 5 different sizes of pizza, tons of different toppings.
A whole bunch of sandwiches.
Selling all these sandwiches, all this crap. And it was basically like overwhelming them because they had too many things they were offering. So they could never become really good at one thing. The reason we're so successful with concealed carry is because for years, 3+ years, I only offered one product.
Yeah.
We only offered concealed carry. People would come to me and say, teach a course on shotguns. Nope, not interested.
Yeah, because we wanted to be the greatest at one thing.
At one thing.
So figure out what that is. Is that night sight installs, which a lot of people need night sight installs? Is that
Glock frame modifications?
Frame modification? Is it feed ramp polishing? Figure out what those couple things are. Master those things, get yourself the proper tools. And the other thing I can tell you is make sure that you have a very clean and tidy area because those little springs are going to pop everywhere. And before you know it, you're online ordering new springs because you can't find it. And then it's just a pain in the butt. So make sure that you have a
I spent more time looking for the tiny springs in
I would even go as far to say, get yourself one of those pop-up. It's like $20 on Amazon. It's like a photo booth or whatever, and it pops up, and it's like pure white, and you just stick your hands in there, and you can work on it inside of there. Because then when a spring or something does fly, you're not looking all over the place. Because Ryan's gunsmithing area was filled with guns, parts, bins, everything. And if a spring went,
Yeah, so Ting Ting says Dominic's. So yes, Dominic Pizza. Dominic's Pizza is what it was originally called.
It was really crazy. And if you guys are interested, it's on Amazon Prime. It's called The Food That Built the World or Built America. So it talks about Pizza Hut. Do you know that Pizza Hut rented a space? They got money from their mom and dad, 2 brothers. They rented a space for $600. Okay, this is back in 1977 or 72. So $600 is a little bit of money. And they said, okay.
So they rented it first?
What should we sell? Then they decide, they've seen this little article about this Italian pizza, pizza
that people in poverty ate.
Pizza hadn't even come to America yet. And they were like, we should do this. But they used like some other kind of bread.
French bread.
They couldn't find, they couldn't find the dough, the Italian bread. So they just bought French bread and they made it. And they're like, well, this isn't even how it's made. And they're like, it's the way we make it.
So what's funny is the founder of Pizza Hut, they said, this isn't what pizza normally looks like. And the founder said, pizza is what we tell people it is.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that sounds like something I would say.
Just think, though, how crazy is that? So when you're nervous to, start your gunsmithing, you're nervous to start on somebody else's gun.
We're all nervous.
That's normal, but you got to start.
You got
to just take that step and you deal with the problem when it comes. Don't do like me and anticipate every problem and try to figure out a solution to every problem before the problem even comes because you'll never start.
Yeah, see, the greatest explanation of what it means to be an entrepreneur is you jump out of an airplane and you build a parachute on the way down. That literally is it.
Yeah.
You are jumping out and you're like, well, shit.
Yeah.
If this fails, I'm going to lose a little bit.
Yeah, and you know what? You might make a mistake. Let's just say, worst case scenario, you make a mistake, you screw up someone's gun. You just lost money. You got to buy someone a new gun. You got a gun that you can fix. You buy someone a new gun. You learned your lesson. Cost you $500, but you'll never make that mistake again.
What I would encourage you to do to build your confidence is go to the gun store. I always find guns that are like for sale super cheap because they're heavily damaged. Like my Glock 19X that I bought was concealed carry by a coal miner in Pennsylvania. And they sold it to me for like $450. And they were like, it's too messed up. Like, nobody will buy this. I was like, oh, I can fix all of this. So I bought it, and just that night, I fixed all of it. And I thought, you suckers, man. I just got this gun for a great deal. It took me like 2 hours to fix it, and I fixed it all. So, like, I see a lot of revolvers that are like that, heavily scratched. And that stuff's easy to fix if you just
so anyway,
know how to do it.
That's our advice to you. Go for it. Jump in. What is a good gunsmithing course to take? Well, there's lots of different ones. I think AGI is kind of the big one, but it is quite pricey, right? It's like $2,500 or something. I think there's other smaller ones that you can take, but I would say start off small. Start off with night sight installs and stuff like that. So what else? You got another question. Can you put the question so we make sure we answer everyone's question?
Yeah. So question number 2, what are your thoughts about the Mantis shooting performance system? Looks like a great product. This is question that we get a lot.
This is Wesley from Texas who watches us.
Oh, it is. So we covered this.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
so the Mantis system has positives and negatives. Like, what's the best way to kind of describe this? The Mantis system is like, it doesn't actually teach you the fundamentals of shooting.
It's cool.
It's cool. It allows you to see a laser dot, but it's not actually going to help you understand why the laser is going where it's going. Yeah. So like one of the big things that I really try to stress that I promise you, 98, maybe 99% of gun owners do not know is how to read their target. Because the only way to read your target is to have a really deep understanding of the core fundamentals of pistol shooting. I calculated it the other day because I was working on a book or something. Most people see shooting a gun as one skill. You pull out the gun, you aim it at the target, you press trigger, and you fire. How many sub-skills do you think it takes to accurately shoot a firearm at a gun range, Steph?
I don't know, Ryan.
It's 18.
Oh, wow.
So accurately shooting a firearm is 18 different sub-skills. But most people just see it as one. They pick up the gun and press the trigger. What the 21-day dry fire challenge teaches is many of those sub-skills. So that once you master one sub-skill, you don't have to think about it anymore. You can start developing the next one. The Mantis system just, in my opinion, doesn't do that.
Yeah, so I'll get back to him later. So what I wanted to say about that too is if you can do like Joe and Dan did, right? So they're like our prime examples. And if you join the 21-day dry fire challenge group, you'll see them, Dan still is posting drills. So it's crazy that after 2 years, he's still going over doing the 21-day dry fire challenge. But this guy is a champ because
crazy.
He first learned, right? He took the concealed carry class, got his license, took the 21-day dry fire challenge, did that, figured out how to shoot, and then started doing shooting classes. He did a bunch of live fire drills with Ryan. He's in one of the advanced courses, which somebody just asked about. So
okay, let's cover that.
Just wait. So let me finish this. So if you can get those skills down first, right, that Ryan teaches in this course, then that Mantis would be an excellent add-on.
Right, but you have to have the foundational skills first because that's not what's going to help you. The foundational skills is what's going to help you. Yeah. So we got super amazing, exciting news.
Let me just say, so he said, Ryan, do you offer advanced courses in person?
Yeah, so Tampa Carry Advanced. I thought I had an image of the book, but I guess I lost it somewhere. Okay, I had it.
Well, they can see it. So if you go to TampaCarryAdvanced.com.
There it is.
Pretty easy. Tampa Carry Advanced.
So really exciting. It is actually 6 different in-person shooting courses, which are several hours long, 3+ hours, hundreds of rounds of ammunition. It will be a very long, very tiring day, but you are going to be able to do all the cool advanced shooting things that gun ranges just don't let you do. And it's, awesome. I went to our gun range and I said, hey, how do you guys feel about me doing this? And they said, if it's you teaching it, then I'm fine with that. Yeah. Because I know I have control over my students and we're going to be very, very safe. Yeah. But gun ranges don't let you do this kind of stuff. Yeah. So this is going to be really amazing. We are having our first version.
Dustin wants to do it. Yes, Dustin.
It's called the Sheepdog Masterclass. There's 6 different levels. It's super, super awesome. The final class is going to be the FBI pistol qualification course. You're actually going to take the exact same course new FBI agents have to pass before they're allowed to become an agent. The only one that's not included is how to rig a election. But we'll work on that later.
So it's gonna take you 6 levels, right? So there's the advanced carry, there is extreme marksmanship, there's combative carry, there's
under pressure.
So with each section, right? Each level, you get a book. And in that book, it's going to teach you, how to read your targets. And then these are the drills, right? These are the drills that you're going to go through. Then you're also going to get the online video course that shows Ryan and Dan and Joe doing these drills, explaining, showing how they did, what was hard about it. So you get to see them do it, and then you can practice those drills as well. So you get the online course that matches the book, and then inside the book, beside each drill, has like your little, log where you can mark.
Shooting log, right? So you can document your training and see it progress over time, because that's the only way you can really get better is if you are measuring your progress.
Yeah, so it's 6 books. And it's 6 different levels. And then at the end, because we call it the Sheepdog Masterclass, at the end, if you complete all 6, you would be a master sheepdog. So, boom.
Okay. So if you guys want to get on that email list, we're going to be dropping this course probably next week. So visit tampacarryadvance.com, and then you'll be the first to hear about it as soon as we're all up and ready. Yeah. But it's going to be dope.
It's going to be super cool. I'm excited. So what are the total hours for the course? We don't know yet.
Yeah, basically, as of right now, it's going to be, for each level, it'll be 3 hours for each level.
No, don't listen. We don't know yet.
We don't know, but that's what I'm measuring.
That's what we're thinking. We'll have to figure out after we do the drills. So Ryan's going to...
Back in the day when I used to teach this course, we would do all of it at once, and it was like a 10-hour day.
Yeah, just too long.
Which is long for people. It's hard. You're outside the entire time. It's just tough, man. Yeah. So now we're kind of breaking it up so it's easier to digest.
Yeah, easier to attend. Easier to, It's
not a full day out of your schedule, and it's also not, $1,000 up front.
Yeah,
which is awesome.
Yeah, so all you have to do is go to tampacarryadvance.com, plug your email in there, and then as soon as we release it and we have everything ready to go, we'll send you an email, and then you'll have a chance to sign up, because we're not going to just do like unlimited, everybody can sign up. We're going to do a couple at a time, go through it, and stuff like that. So if you want to get notified, if you want to be one of the first ones to get notified, just go to tampacarryadvance.com, put your email in, and then we'll be in contact with you, within a week or 2.
All right, so last question. Okay. I was asked to be on my church security team. Do I need to just have my concealed carry permit in order to carry for security purposes? It is a volunteer position, not paid if that matters. So, technically, you're operating as a security guard, which means you have to be a licensed security officer by the state of Florida.
G license,
which is a D and a G license. So you have to be an armed security guard, technically. Now, this is what I did. I ran the volunteer security team, which we were not a security team. We were just a group of 10 dudes that strategically stood around the church building every Sunday. But that was our story. And, if something happened, that was it. I instructed my guys, we are not security. We are just standing in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of just what we did. I don't know if that's 100% legal or not, but that was my strategy.
Right. Yeah.
So I think a big mistake would be having name badges that say security, because then if you do shoot somebody and it goes to court, then it's like, well, you're obviously operating as a security guard.
You're acting as you can legally carry while attending church. Yes, you can legally carry while you're going to church in Florida. I know there's some states that do say that you can't carry in church, but in Florida, you absolutely can. And in fact, last year, Governor DeSantis passed the bill,
church carry bill,
which allowed you to carry on a church that was on a
school property,
which before, you weren't able to. So yes, you can carry in a church. And in fact, You need to carry in a church. If you're a concealed carry holder and you go to church, you need to be carrying.
You should carry everywhere.
You should carry everywhere, yes. But I'm just saying, you need to, you need to carry. So anyway, let's give away a book. So put your Florida Shoot, Don't Shoot book. Hey, I wanted to let you guys know, if you did buy that book, the Florida...
We just got a great question. Finish your thought.
Okay. If you bought that book, you got an email that said, go see this link. I don't know what you called it for the workbook. To access the workbook. If you didn't go there, find email.
You're missing out.
Because Ryan and I did 21 videos that no one's seen before. They're only on the page if you bought the book, okay? And it tells a story, one of the Shoot, Don't Shoot stories. Ryan and I discuss it. We banter back and forth. And each video is 15, 20 minutes. And then you can answer the questions right on there. So if you didn't do that, you need to at least go watch the videos, because there's 21 videos and they're really good. Yeah,
they are good.
And we got them edited and everything for you guys. So go in your email.
We got them edited. There's pictures. It's amazing.
Yeah, there's pictures and everything.
Okay, so somebody asked, when is the Florida Concealed Carry Law 2022 book coming? You ready?
Wait. Don't say the exact day. We got shipment notice. It is on
Thursday. It's going to be here Thursday.
150 boxes. I don't know where we're going to put them, and I don't know how I'm going to carry them all.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's 6,000 copies.
Oh my gosh.
So you guys better buy them, because we have a lot.
We have a lot of books. Okay. Send me the link to the workbook. Okay. If you did not put up a link to classes at No, you know what?
I don't have that. Just send an email to everybody. Everybody that bought the book, send another email.
Everybody that bought the book will get an email.
There you go.
With that link so that you guys can watch it. Okay. Write book. And if you haven't bought the book yet, I really encourage you to. So you're going to get a couple bonuses, okay, while you guys are writing book. I'll pick a few people, but while you're writing book, go to FloridaShootDon'tShoot.com. Oh, Ryan's got it up there. And you're going to get a signed copy by Ryan and I of the book. Then you are going to get that digital workbook where you can go on. Like I said, it's got 21 videos of Ryan and I talking and discussing each one of those things. And then we put a couple goodies inside there for you as well. So there's lots of cool things. It's not just the book. You get extras with it. Plus, like I said, Ryan and I will sign it. And I will tell you this, Ryan's signature is not going to be worth anything. But one day, my signature is going to be worth a lot of money, okay? And there's still somebody out there that purchased the golden ticket book.
And they never contacted us.
They never contacted us yet.
I signed it, Ryan the Legend.
So if you have a book.
And Tiffany the Pickle.
That is signed, Ryan, in quotes, the Legend, and Tiffany, in quotes, the Pickle. You have the winning book, and there's a special prize for you. But you have to take a picture and send it to me.
But you're like the guy that won the Powerball for $7 billion and never claimed it.
And you didn't claim it. Ugh.
Because you were drunk on your cousin's couch.
That kind of reminds me. Remember when we had the gun store that yes, the Kindle version is on Amazon, but if you purchase it on Amazon,
you don't get any of the bonuses.
Well, you don't get the signed copy but you don't get the bonus. You would have to email me for the thing. But it is Amazon finally let it on there. At first they were saying what
a pain in the ass,
graphic or whatever. But if you search Amazon Shoot Don't Shoot, it'll pop up the Kindle version. Okay. We love the pickle. Thank you. Okay, so...
She likes the pickle, too.
Really? You're disgusting. All right, Brian Miles. Brian Miles, you just won a copy of the Florida Shoot, Don't Shoot book. I'm going to pick somebody else, so keep typing. John Fink. John Fink, you just won a copy of the Florida...
Oh, so go to this email.
Oh, yes. Brian Miles and... What was the other guy's name?
Brian Fink, I think.
No, John Fink.
Okay.
Go to winner@tampacarry.com. And then when you send an email, put your mailing address. So many people are like, I won. I'm like, I need your address. So put your address in there. Okay, wait. I'm going to pick one more person too.
Okay, go.
Yes. Thank you, Shane. So good. Okay. And let me see here. All right. What is his name? I'm going to pick someone that doesn't have a name. I always pick somebody that has a name.
What does that mean? Somebody doesn't have a name.
Okay, Kevin Craig. Kevin Craig. You're the other person that won the book. Kevin Craig. So all three of you gentlemen, send me a, just happen to all be guys.
Wow, sexist.
Send me
now
an
they're going to
email.
be boycotting our business, Tiffany. They're going to shut down our Facebook page. Oh my gosh.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. My wine glass is almost empty.
Which means it's time to go.
So that means it's time to go. I've drank a half a glass. We appreciate you all. If you want more information on the advanced class, you have to go to tampacarryadvance.com and submit your email so that we can let you know when that comes out. And then we'll email everybody when the 2022 book is available too. Peace out, guys.
Peace.